wouldn't think that just putting a little name like Ohrmundt Simmentals on the bottom of a tag would be a real big deal. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. This is Chris. So today we need to grind corn. So Dad's been filling up the gravity box with the bucket. Just driving up, scooping, dumping it in there. We did get that cleaned out yesterday. It's like 99% clean. There's a little bit of old stuff, but all the sides are cleaned off. I can see that from up there and top. I'll double check when I go up there to open the lid. But now Dad's done with that. Dodgers come out to help, or at least be a pain in the butt. But we're gonna feed quick, at least the cows. These guys will really love their fresh ground feed. And if you guys haven't had a chance yet, please hit that subscribe button. We don't want you missing anything. Got a lot of good stuff that should be coming along pretty soon, the next few weeks. We got calving starting in mid-February. Golden Dawn Barb will be leading that off. So we got a lot more prep to do for that. We got a little bit of stuff we need to actually purchase yet. Just little odds and ends to be ready for the season. So it is 24 hours since we ground corn, and we're gonna see how it flows. I'm not anticipating any issues. This is the kind of flow that we want to see. But honestly, even if we were to have any issues, it typically would not show up the first day anyways. Today, my tank heater showed up. So this is the one that I like the most. It's a floating tank heater. It's the K&H tank heater. And the reason I like these guys is because I can get it in a 250 watt or a 500 watt. And for the size tanks that we have, and since they're also a floater, that's typically all that we need. So these guys are pretty simple to install. Obviously, you just plug it in. I usually don't use these, but I figured I'd give it a try to hold the cable down, but it doesn't seem to be working. I probably could take there's a little sleeving there, which I would assume is for where it makes that bend through there, but oh well. I don't need it. And actually that top where the foam is for the floating, you can screw that top foam part off and make it a sinking heater as well if you wanted to. So I'm over here grabbing a bale at the end of the bales. I fed an oats bale over here because it was so bad. You know, it was so rough in this area because they chewed it all up. And yeah, it froze hard because we definitely got back into winter temperatures. I spread the bale out here specifically to get some kind of dry matter, some kind of material on the ground, because I knew they wouldn't eat everything. But the other thing with the oats bales is that they're going to leave behind oats. So all over the place, there's oats like this. They didn't totally clean that up off the ground, which is exactly what I knew they would do. They'll get a lot of it, but they will leave a lot of oats. So the hope is that come springtime, even if 50% of what's sitting here doesn't die off somehow in some kind of freeze kill, or the seed doesn't get damaged or something, even if we can get like 25% of those shoots to come up, it'll be worth it. So gotta grab one more bale, feed it to the cows. 2 bale now. Hey, how's it going? So it's Friday afternoon. Dad's out on the field with a bale, and it was kind of nice today. I got home and my ear tags showed up. So we run y-tex tags, always have. They're, are they the best? Maybe, maybe not. But they're decent. They work for us. All females will get the yellow tags. That's just a historical thing. We always used to have yellow tags. So I just went with that. All females get that, and all the males, bulls or steers, will get the orange tag. The thought of running with red tags to kind of be a little bit more different, but when you put the ink on the tag for the red ones at a little bit of a distance, you can't read them as well. The orange just works out a lot nicer. And you'll notice that I do put Ohrmundt Simmentals on the bottom. So this is a pretty cheap ad and a nice little advertisement. I think per tag it's like $1.25 to do that. I think like sites like, I think it's Cattle Tags, or I really just run through Valley Vet. The last couple years it's been a little bit odd, a lot of back orders. It'd take like, I think last year it took like 2 months for me to get my order, so it was a little irritating, but not a big deal for whatever reason. This year they were snappy. It took like 2 weeks and that was it. So that was kind of nice. But you wouldn't think that just putting a little name like Ohrmundt Simmentals on the bottom of a tag would be a real big deal, but it did actually work pretty nice for us. So neat little story. A few years ago, we sold some feeder heifers at a sale barn, and obviously no idea who bought them. But then a couple weeks after we sold them, got a Facebook message from somebody saying, "Hey, I think we bought your feeder calves." And I think she sent a picture of the Ohrmundt Simmental part of the tag. And I was just like, oh, cool, thanks, that's awesome. Hope they work out well for you. And then I think a year later, I got another message from her saying that my parents liked your animals so much and they've been developing so nicely that we're actually going to use them as replacement females, which I thought was really, really cool. We've always sold our calves as feeders, and I do advertise them usually every year if people want to buy them as replacements. And I've always wanted to see how they do for people as replacements. We keep our own heifers and use them as replacements ourselves, and they work just fine. We really like them, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't keep them. To find out she's another social media person that actually has a real good following on Instagram, and is last couple of years getting her YouTube channel going. So I'll put a link to her description. It is Andrea That Fit Agvocate, and she's got a really nice channel, really good content. And the thing I like about it obviously is cattle. So they do cattle and they do some cash crop stuff. So a lot of good info, good people. Seems like they're doing a really nice job, and it's really nice to see our animals doing well for them, and hopefully they continue to do well for them. It's still neat to see our animals on YouTube, on my phone, wherever, doing what they're supposed to do. So I'll leave Andrea's YouTube channel link in the description.